Work-life balance, ambition, or well-being? The success debate nobody settles. Two people wake up at 5 in the morning. One calls it discipline. The other calls it exhaustion. One sees opportunity. The other sees burnout. So who's right? In today's world, success is loud. It wakes up early. It works late. It posts productivity updates before sunrise. It glorifies grind. It celebrates sacrifice. But there's another voice growing stronger. Slow mornings, mental clarity, boundaries, intentional living, time over money. So here's the real question. Is work-life balance a weakness? Or is hustle culture the real trap? Welcome to the middle ground. Today, we're exploring one of the most personal and controversial debates of modern life, ambition versus well-being. And by the end of this video, you may not have a simple answer, but you will see the trade-offs more clearly. Before we take sides, let's define them properly. On one side, we have hustle culture. Hustle culture says your work ethic defines your worth. It says sleep is negotiable. Weekends are optional. Sacrifice now so you can enjoy later. Build while others rest. It rewards discipline, resilience, and relentless ambition. On the other side, we have the well-being philosophy. This view says work should support life, not consume it. Mental health matters. Rest is productive. Time with family is not a distraction. Burnout is not a badge of honor. It values sustainability over intensity. At first glance, this seems like a debate between hardworking people and lazy people, but it's not. This is a debate about what success actually means. Let's begin with the strongest case for hustle. First, economic reality. The cost of living is rising. Housing is expensive. Competition is global. Technology moves fast. Industries evolve quickly. If you slow down, someone else speeds up. For entrepreneurs, creators, athletes, and ambitious professionals, intense effort isn't optional. It's necessary. Many successful businesses were built during years of imbalance. Many top performers sacrificed sleep, comfort, and leisure to reach elite levels. And here's a difficult truth. Extraordinary results rarely come from ordinary effort. Hustle culture argues that comfort is seductive. It keeps people average. It prevents breakthroughs. Discipline builds skill. Pressure builds resilience. Long hours compound into mastery. There's also the principle of delayed gratification. Work intensely now, create freedom later. The logic is simple. Temporary imbalance can create permanent options. And ambition doesn't just produce money, it builds identity. There's pride in competence. There's meaning in building something difficult. There's confidence in overcoming challenge. Without effort, growth stalls. So hustle culture asks a serious question. Can you really build something meaningful without seasons of sacrifice? That question deserves respect. Now let's shift perspectives, because there's another reality we cannot ignore. Burnout is real. Emotional exhaustion, chronic stress, reduced creativity, sleep disruption, health complications. When work becomes constant, the body keeps score. Research consistently shows that overwork reduces long-term productivity. After a certain number of hours, performance declines, decision-making worsens, mistakes increase. In other words, more hours do not always equal more results. Then there's the human cost. Relationships weaken, conversations become shorter, presence disappears. What's the value of financial success if your health deteriorates? What's the value of achievement if you're too exhausted to enjoy it? The well-being perspective argues something radical in a productivity-driven world. You are more than your output. Rest is not laziness. It is recovery. It is maintenance. It is strategic renewal. Slower living doesn't reject ambition. It redefines it. Success might mean time flexibility, peace of mind, strong relationships, emotional stability. And here's the key argument. You cannot sprint a marathon. Life is long. Sustainability matters more than intensity. So the well-being side asks its own serious question. What's the point of reaching the top if you arrive there depleted? This debate isn't just philosophical, it's emotional. Because work is not just work anymore. For many people, productivity equals identity. If I'm not achieving, who am I? Social media intensifies this pressure. We see highlight reels of early mornings, success announcements, promotions, new businesses, luxury lifestyles. Comparison becomes constant. Rest starts to feel irresponsible. If others are moving forward, how can I slow down? There's also generational tension. Older generations often equate long hours with loyalty and commitment. Younger generations increasingly prioritize flexibility and mental health. Both perspectives make sense within their economic and cultural context. Then there's gender dynamics. Men may feel pressure to prove provision and status through work. Women may feel dual pressure to excel professionally while maintaining family responsibilities. So when we argue about work-life balance, we're not just debating schedules, we're debating identity, security, and self-worth. No wonder it gets heated. Here's where the conversation becomes uncomfortable. Every choice protects something and sacrifices something. Choose hustle and you gain acceleration, but you risk exhaustion. Choose balance and you gain stability, but you may lose momentum. Let's be precise. The risks of relentless ambition include chronic stress, neglected relationships, health consequences, emotional detachment, identity collapse if success disappears. If your entire identity is built on productivity, what happens when you fail? Now consider the risks of excessive comfort, stagnation, missed opportunities, financial limitation, reduced competitiveness, unrealized potential. If you constantly choose ease, you may never discover your limits. So neither side is harmless. Both have costs. The real question becomes, which cost are you willing to pay? We often talk about work-life balance as if it's a daily equation. 8 hours work, 8 hours rest, 8 hours life. But reality rarely looks like that. Perhaps balance isn't daily. Perhaps it's seasonal. There may be seasons of intense building and seasons of restoration. Entrepreneurs often experience this cycle. Students preparing for exams, athletes training for competition, artists completing major projects. Intensity rises temporarily, then recovery follows. Maybe the real mistake is expecting permanent equilibrium. Life moves in waves. Ambition and rest may not be opposites. They may be phases. And maybe wisdom lies in knowing which season you're in. Let's zoom out further. Why are we working so hard in the first place? Security, status, freedom, or purpose? If your definition of success is purely financial, hustle makes sense. If your definition includes emotional well-being and relationships, balance becomes essential. The danger is inheriting someone else's definition. Society rewards visible achievement, but it rarely celebrates quiet stability. There is no universal success formula. Some people thrive under pressure, others deteriorate. Some people need structure and challenge, others need flexibility and autonomy. Personality matters, context matters, responsibilities matter. There is no single correct lifestyle, only trade-offs aligned or misaligned with your values. So where does this leave us? Perhaps the answer is not ambition or well-being. Perhaps it is ambition with boundaries, drive without self-destruction, rest without complacency, clear goals, clear limits. Work hard, but know why. Rest well, but choose it intentionally. Maybe the real danger isn't hustle, and it isn't balance. It's unconscious living, grinding without purpose, resting without direction. If you choose intensity, define the duration. If you choose balance, define your growth plan. Success without health is fragile. Health without direction is stagnant. Integration might be the wiser path.